Oh, if you are, let's say you're out to the next tournament, is there a possibility of me catching
I
up?
don't think there's no, definitely not you. You
Ah,
missed a tournament and you missed lightweight in the last one, and then you missed heavyweight in another
sorry,
one.
sorry for hosting a tournament.
Well, that's the issue. Like, you could probably miss a lightweight or maybe a tournament, and it's possible nowadays with how many tournaments we have. Because like Hayden missed the first tournament. Otherwise,
Mm.
he'd be ahead of me right now. Even if he just showed up, he'd be 5 points ahead because we're tied.
Oh
We're
shit.
really tied.
Okay.
Oh, hi everybody to Sake&Sumo. We're talking about my thumb got messed up at Keiko practice last night.
Hello, everybody.
So we're just talking about that. We were really working on Oshi Sumo, and the guy hit me, and my hands weren't ready. So my thumb popped back in a way that my thumb does not like. But luckily, there's painkillers.
Ooh, I like those. Painkillers can be fun.
It's called alcohol.
Nature's painkiller.
We're also talking about Texas State Championship, which will end December. Was the Houston one 17th? I want to say. I know it's on a Sunday instead of a Saturday, which is cool. Because we've never done a tournament on a Sunday that I can think of.
Wait, what's on a Sunday?
The last Texas tournament, the one in Houston,
Is on a Sunday?
it's on a Sunday. That's what I've been told by
Oh.
like three different people. So I'm like, okay.
Oh.
So who
Okay.
knows? I haven't seen a registration from Nick yet. So
Yeah. Where Nick, please get on it. Like
I know
we
we
need
even
a
have three
flyer or
tournaments.
something.
The dates for three of our tournaments next year are already set. And we don't know exactly what's going on in this last one we're doing this year.
Yeah. I've already set, obviously the Consulates Cup's gonna be this in 2024. It's technically not in September. It's like August 30th. That's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the first Monday of September is Labor Day. So
Yes.
every once in a while, every 7 years or so, the weekend starts in August. Usually not.
Yes. Yeah. So Labor Day. Yeah, Labor Day is the first this in 2024. Oh,
And there's the Dallas already set Roller Town. It's mid-April.
April 14th, I want to say.
So 14th, 15th, something like that. It's mid-April.
Yeah.
I have the
And
date
then,
somewhere saved. I just don't have it in front of me right now. And of course, the Met is going to be happening February 17th. Everyone,
and then the weekend after that, I fly to San Diego for SoCal.
dude, I can't help it that he wants to do his right next to the Met. We were doing ours first,
Oh,
JJ.
I'm fine with it because we're local. So I just know I'm gonna be hitting it hard. And the funny thing is, all of us are so organized, putting on, setting our dates for the next year. When is nationals?
Yeah.
Where is
Isn't
nationals?
that crazy?
Isn't that
I
funny?
know people are talking about like, hey, but give us incentives to do. And as someone who's done it, you and Tom here in San Antonio has done it. Give us some incentives at this point. Sumo's big enough. Give us some incentives to put that much work into a tournament, a national tournament. Give us something, but they don't want to.
But they can.
But they can't.
There is money.
I mean, I really understand it beforehand when there was like 15 to 25 guys showing up for nationals.
Right.
That was like the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
And now there's lots of people.
Yeah. You're looking at 70 plus.
Yeah. Yeah. On a slow year, it'd be 55. Like because like, yeah, because sometimes shit happens, but like 70 plus is probably going to be the average right now.
Yep.
It's
going to be a fucking.
We're going to have pre-qualifiers for nationals because it's getting that crazy at nationals, in my opinion.
Oh, shit.
What was the last one you were at? 10 hours plus?
Yeah, Florida was long, dude.
That was possibly partly because they had to do the whole World Combat Game thing. But it's also because we're getting so many people. When we get youth, we have not divisions. We have youth divisions and women's, and we're now filling out all the women's divisions. It's not just like two. It's just not like it's not just light and heavy, but we don't have enough for middle or light heavy like we used to. It's like now we can fill out all of them. We're getting there. We need anyway.
I mean, men's lightweight and men's heavy is just stacked. Stacked.
According to JJ and you, men's middleweight might be stacked next year since y'all are trying to get the middleweight. Well, JJ already is middleweight.
Oh, JJ's there. JJ's
poor David Murray. He's just coming back looking good. You're like, fuck you, Murray. We're coming for you, bitch.
We snagging that middleweight.
Whatever. Murray, don't listen to that shit. You're gonna beat them. You're beating them both. We're gonna train. So, gosh, I didn't mean to spend much time on amateur. I would love to do a whole episode on the last tournament I watched.
We always can.
Beer City Open at Grand Rapids.
But all that ching-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling came right back to Texas.
We're getting 2 golds and outstanding performance on his second ever tournament. That was pretty cool. It was cool. Yama was there. I'm wearing Yama Dojo shirt,
which is no more, but
I still,
yeah, but still, my old senpai represent. Love it.
Yeah, he's doing training sessions with Chicago and a lot of the Midwest guys because he's over there in St. Louis, I think.
Yeah.
So he's close to all those Midwest places now. But that is not why y'all are probably here. Y'all are probably here us talk about the professional sumo tournament that just happened.
Yeah. Or watch us drink sake.
Yes, we're recording this on Wednesday. If you're one of the people who are wondering what happened to Breakfast at Basho, the whole thing was on Justin's other channel, the Dark Circle Sumo, because we are having the hardest time working with YouTube's live streaming thing at the moment.
It's good. I mean, yes, Google, but it's
mostly Google stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the way, I don't know if like recently they have updated a lot of their security settings.
And they tried to make it to be easier to have multiple accounts for like brand stuff like Sake&Sumo and then your own personal account. But that moved everything to my personal account first.
And it locked us.
Everything to where it's supposed to be again.
Yeah. It locked us out, but then we got back in and nothing, and then which took a long time to figure out. And then there was so many. It was like day by day, and people were like,
there was always another problem.
Yeah, they were making a joke out of it. They're just like lies. I think every day it was just like, all right, this is the last day.
I think it was the day 6 or 7 where we just said, screw it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember you texted me with another problem that morning, and I said, screw it. And you're like, yeah. I think because at that point, we were able to go on, but you couldn't get any of your scans and stuff over to the new.
We would be bare naked, like just a video box and the web box.
Crappy. And we were like, just screw it at this point. Just screw it. We'll work on it next month, which hopefully we will. Hopefully we will find some time. We should find some time to sit down and work some of this stuff out.
Well, we got no more tournaments, so that's
not till December. Yeah,
we got the month of October to do stuff.
The World Championships.
Oh yes,
we might do an episode on that if we have the time.
If I can I wonder if actually, yes, you can stream on a stream into with what do you call it? Streamlabs Ultra. You can, I think I can have that up if I find if I find the link. And my internet's pretty great, so that's I don't know. I think it can work.
Okay, we'll see. We'll try, guys. That is not a guarantee, but we will try to have a nice little me and Justin talking about the World Championship games. Games. I said games. World Championship. The Sumo World Championships in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Sadly, Perry won't be there because I'm still getting the question about that. Perry was
Yeah.
not able to raise the money, so he could not make it to Tokyo. We're sorry. He's not the only one. There's a few other people that just could not make it. It was a lot of money to raise in a short amount.
Ooh, man, I'll go. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, because a 15-year-old kid who loves sumo in the middle of Tokyo would have been really awesome. But you know what? I still think there's a heavyweight out there who's yet to be as good as he is. So I plan on him being back next year, 2024 and 2025. He'll still be eligible.
I don't know. Dan the Trucker Man's kid, he's gunning for him.
He can gun for him. Perry tries really hard. He's better every freaking time. He fights me weekly, and he wants to fight me weekly. Every week, he's like, Caleb. All right, man. Okay, so we'll try to stop talking about amateurs. We love sumo. We can't help it. We ramble on about sumo all the time. We are going back to professionals. And what, for the most part, was one of the most exciting tournaments I've seen in a while. It was fun. Every day there was 2 or 3 matches that were like going, holy shit, that was amazing. The leaderboard changed almost every other day. It was like the new favorite was out. It was great. It was honestly great.
It was great until the final match.
The final match was not.
But overall, amazing. You are correct. There were moves I've never seen done.
That was amazing.
What?
Even getting to the final match was great as hell. Like,
yeah. Everything leading up to it was pretty damn awesome. I mean, we could talk about highlight matches, but would you like to start at the bottom as far as performance? I don't know. My Gashira's like who was really, I mean,
I don't have a plan out like I normally do because I've been busy nonstop the last 3 days.
Well, we can address the 2 that didn't show up to the tournament, Terunofuji and Hakuoho.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel? Because, with usually Terunofuji would be at the top of our list to talk about, but since he wasn't there, we're going to talk about the 2 that weren't there, why they weren't there, your feelings about the future.
The thing that hurts me the most, I think right now, since they said a 3-month timeline for Hakuoho, he probably won't be back till January.
Yeah.
And that hurts.
Yeah. He's my Gashira 9 right now. So he loses the November Basho. And in
September, November. That's 2 tournaments.
Oh yeah, September, November,
January. If it's another one, he won't even be in Juryo at that point, I don't think. But I think he's probably going to be near the bottom of Juryo when he comes back, or
in January, just for missing 2 Bashos.
Well, because it's a 0-15. You're kind of just like you're dropping as far as you can drop.
Well, okay, he's my Gashira 9. He's 0-15. They might do him the courtesy and make him my Gashira 15, and then or 15, 16, whatever. And then November, is all out. I feel like he'd be at the top, still mid to top of Juryo.
What might save him is these shitty performances from some of the other guys who are lower down. Like
we're getting to that next. Oh, good Lord.
That might save him, because there were guys. Hell, excuse me, I apologize. There were guys ahead of him who were having like 1, 2, 3 win fucking Bashos. They were like guys just not getting it done.
Yeah,
so that could save his ass.
Well, you got, and then on the flip side, you've got guys who performed insanely great in Juryo, so that's pushing them up. And then so you got like let's see.
But that's what worries me, because if they have to make room, to get someone else up there, hey, let's drop the guy who's probably not going to be here next week. I mean next month, next tournament.
If I was in the JSA and I was talking about it, I'd be like, dude, dump all the baggage, like Kagayaki, like Aoyama. I don't know. Unfortunately, Chiyoshoma, Daishoho, dump the baggage, bring in the new boys, but still suspend, keep. They're like, come on, you guys, like Oho's, Ochi, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself.
Ochi.
Yeah, Ochi. Like I feel like uh, he's he's also Japanese born, so I feel like you know how that goes. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They look for anybody with a like any Japanese born with that with talent, and then they're gonna get a little bit of just a little bit of leeway. So they will. I have a feeling they're not gonna punish him and make him work harder to be where he should be. I really, really doubt that. There's enough guys who are failing willingly to.
Not anyone's failing willingly, but I know what you mean. Like, couldn't do it.
I mean,
while in the ring.
Yeah.
It may sound like they're like, I want to lose. I try hard to lose.
I mean, yeah, true. Yeah. I got, so the worst of the worst are my buddy's Mayagashi 3, Tamawashi. He got his first 2 wins the last 2 days of the Basho.
Dude, it was bad. It was.
Ew.
He obviously must have been injured, but didn't want to stop his streak. Technically, I still don't know if they should have let him keep the streak after he had to sit out. I guess they only did it because he didn't get COVID. Someone in his stable got COVID, so the whole stable had to sit out. Back. But his continuous tournament streak without missing the fucking match, they said, hey, we're going to keep it going because of that. And I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I guess it wasn't his fault, but at the same time, getting sick or getting something broken or something or you're injured isn't your fault either. Shit just happens.
Yeah, but COVID times were fucking weird, dude.
COVID time, I guess, does make different rules.
It was the world had different rules for everything.
So instead of sitting out when you're fucking hurt and can't win a damn match, he fought all 15. And it was sometimes hard to watch because he was not Tommy. He was
it was hard to watch, dude. Well, moving on to the 3 and the second worst was the 3 and 12 guys, Chiyoshima, HENKA Daddy, and Daishoho, which Chiyoshima for the first, I don't know how long he's been in the top division, but he has squirreled his way. And I've always said it that he's somehow always been able to stay in the top level. Not my favorite, but I have to respect that he's one of those guys that has staying power. And for the first time, he damn sure is going to drop down.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. It doesn't matter if I really like a person or not. If you can spend longer than a year, hell, in my opinion, just getting to the top division is one of the best in the world, no matter how you do sumo. But if you can stay for like a year or more, or a few years, or a very long time, I'm impressed with you no matter what, dude. It's just
Well, we have to say sayonara to HENKA Daddy. Daishoho at Mayagashi 17. He's a guaranteed. I mean, I was never. He's a forgettable one for me. So I'm like,
he's one of those guys. It's weird to me because when I see them in Jurio, I'm like, hey, he's pretty good. He didn't blow my lights out and go, hey, but he's got some talent. And then he gets up in the top division, and you're like, oh, he's just not here.
Yeah,
he's not there. People you can just tell that if they play that league, that AAA baseball under Major League or whatever sport analogy you want to use, and they get up to that last level, and you're like, yeah, you're not there. Not there.
Well, he will definitely not be there in November. Moving on to the guys just above that, 5 and 10 guys. And there's a couple surprising ones in the 5 and 10s. I'd like to start straight off with fucking Komusubi Nishikigi. Holy hot shit. Now the other ones, like Kagayaki, dude, he's a floater. I mean, he's injury on and he's back. And he's injury on and he's back. So that wasn't a huge thing. Fish Lips, Kota Shoho.
He's up and down. He's a streaky guy.
He's a streaky guy.
And then he'll get 5 and 6. That's who he is.
Aoyama, surprising. Again, a guy I don't really care for his sumo, but
He's been forever.
he's had staying power, and for the first time, at my gush at 14, he might be on the chopping block. He just looks like he's lost so much power. He's still pushing. He's still doing his kind of his style, but I mean, he did get one really cool Skuinage win. I think on day 13 or 14. It was cool.
14. It was near the end, and he looked mad. Sometimes that's his issue, though. Sometimes it's not his skill. It's he. From what I understand, and this is from listening to people's interviews and stuff. I don't know if this to be true. Obviously, I don't know the guy, but in like Keiko and even Daigeko, when he's doing all these other things, he beats the shit out of people, including the top ranked guys. But then like tournaments happen, and all that power almost disappears, which is why he's always been so streaky. Like he's just, I don't know if he can let out.
Oh no, man! Get mad, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he can let the beast out with a big crowd around him. Like the best tournament I've ever seen him do was the empty arena tournament a few years ago during COVID.
Oh, he's a little shy boy.
He was incredible. And
he's a little shy boy.
Yeah, I think he's a shy person. And I think he's afraid that when he gets in the big stage to let that beast go and knock the living crap out of somebody. But every once in a while you see him get angry. I don't know if he was hit in the face or something. I don't know. That day we talked about, he did that. He was like,
Hulk smash.
Hulk smash. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Big old water bag for tits.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys, if you go back on, God, I think it was like day 12 or day 13. I don't
know. It was in the middle somewhere.
Dude, I like could not stop laughing. Like I think we spent 15 minutes
talking about men's tits.
Talking about men's I don't know what came over me. I mean, I always talk about kakeyaki, banana tits, but something about that day. I think it sparked because I think the guy Pedro from Sao Paulo said they're like sandbags. Or something.
Sandbags is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, he said they're like sandbags with no nipples, and I was just like,
Someone started because they said Yama should be called banana tits.
Yeah, and there it is. That was it. A
lot of people said, "Nah, his are like you did too. Water bag, sandbag." I was like,
and that sparked a whole long conversation about.
I think I could be wrong. I think you're the one that says he has like he's not bananas. He has like a whole bushel of bananas. They're just
just swinging down. And I think somehow, and later I think we pointed out that Aoyama has one innie and one outie. Like I don't know which one's which.
Was it
like
him? Someone definitely did have it, yeah.
Yeah, is it one nipple goes
we laughed pretty hard at that.
It was a whole tit
we get
day.
Stupid sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Well, moving on. What are your thoughts about Komusubi Nishikigi?
Really?
5 and 10.
Yeah, I don't really have any because
I wasn't really watching him.
That's what I'm saying. If he's not performing above average, I don't think about him.
Yeah.
In professional wrestling, he's like what they would call a jobber, where the other wrestlers look good.
Damn.
I know it's a mean thing to say because he's still great. Because, like I said, he's up there and he's been up there for a few tournaments. He's up there, but that's what I think of him as. Like, who's he finding that? Oh, okay.
He's a jobber. Dang. Also,
pro wrestling terms. That'd be fun. Heels, faces, jobbers.
I know Jared knows all these. I learned, Jared taught me what a heel is. Yeah. And a heel and a
face.
Let's see. They're the heckler, the bad persons that egg them on.
The ones you're supposed to boo.
Yeah. And then a what? A base?
Face.
Like they're the good guys.
Baby face, as in they're like a good guys.
Okay.
Baby face. And then when you turn heel, it's a theater term or a writing term, a literature term. Where you're a good person and you turn bad, it's called turning heel.
Turning heel. Oh, wow.
And that's where the term heel comes from. and they use it in
Sure.
wrestling too. To say like, let's say like we're in a wrestling program, you and me, Justin, and we're good guys, and on the story we're friends, right?
Yes.
And let's say you're the champion, right? You're the champion.
Yay!
And one day I just get mad because I'm not getting a shot at the championship because you're my friend. And so maybe I'll
Oh,
low down,
dun
like when
dun
your back is turned,
dun.
like take a chair to you when your back is turned. And
No, why would you do
yeah, 'cause
that?
he, the good guy, just hurt his friend. And I'm like, yeah, I want a shot at the belt, and that's turning heel. So suddenly they're booing me because I'm trying to do whatever I can to get the belt from you. Does that make
Damn.
more sense?
No,
Okay.
that does. That does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we here on Sake and Sumo, we are also learning pro wrestling terms.
Have the amount of useless shit I have in my head is amazing.
I'll quickly speak on your boy Oho, the last in the group of 5 and 10s.
He did exactly what I said he was going to do. He gets in the single digits, and he is not sure of himself. And I'm even more sure about this now because I really watch his body language. When he's in the lower fucking stuff, he comes up and he's like confident as hell, and he beats the shit out of people, and he gets 8, 9, 10 wins. And then he gets in the single digits where he's facing the topper divisions, and suddenly he's tight. He's a little shaky, a little nervous, and he's not fighting like his sumo. And
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll ever get. I think he'll get over it. Like I said, I think, but I gave a schedule like 2025. He's going to hit the Senyaku. That's still 2 years away. I still expect him for the next 2 years.
He's got a lot of growing pains. I'm glad at least you believe in him.
Well, I mean, think about how many people were slow risers.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of guys that took them years. We always talk about the guys who did it really fast, but there's a lot of guys who took them years. I mean, Goyama and Takakeisho were the same age and friends and shit doing things.
Yeah.
But Takakeisho got to the top by 22, and Goyama's just now getting there. That doesn't make Goyama a bad sumo wrestler, does it? He's amazing, one of our up and coming badasses.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it takes people a long time. It's not that thing to be pissy about, just a thing that you have to be like, some are slow risers, some are fast risers.
All right. Well, we shall see, sir. We shall see.
He's got that confidence thing.
Yeah. So the guys who hit 6 and 9, 2 under there and under there, Makikoshi. Some I'm not so shocked about, but I mean, all of them were in the upper Maegashiras and or Tobizaru, who is Komusubi. So we've got Takanosho, Ryuden, Kotoeko, and my dark horse, which I was pretty bummed at his performance. The guy kind of secretly rave about Hideomi. Had a few good wins, but overall just a really bad basho. Tobizaru was of that group. Tobizaru was the shocker for me.
Yeah, same.
He had a lot of intense battles, but people were. I mean, it didn't. It was wild like Tobizaru always is, but it was not much of an advancement from what I was observing. He wasn't advancing forward. They were just like avoidance and a lot of slapping and then avoidance and
like he couldn't find his angle.
Yeah,
we talked about before. He does that and he hits his angle and suddenly
which is
from the side instead of, and that's how he beats people. It's like he couldn't find it this tournament.
He pokes and prod. Yeah, he just spent all his time poking and prodding, and then like you said, he couldn't find an in. And by the time, some time goes by and somebody catches him and the monkey goes flying. So he will definitely drop.
I'm sorry.
No. Just saying
he was very disappointing because I didn't expect much from him from this tournament. But I thought he'd get a 7 or 8 or an 8 and 7, I know 6 and 9 isn't that much further down, but it feels like that when you're up to high. When you get 6 and 9s. I thought 7, he'll be like M1, M2 next time.
Yeah. He's Komusubi, so he's not going far. A lot of these other guys with the huge shifts out of the top division, a lot of them will drop below my gosh at a 10 because all those guys I mentioned, they're M5, M6, M8s, and a Komusubi. So we might see the bulk of them. I mean, damn, but who the fuck in the lower tens, from 10 to 16 or 10 to 17? I don't know who the fuck is gonna move up beside oh God. I spoke too soon. Probably Miyagiryu, Hokuseiho. Hokuseiho's definitely moving up. We'll get to him. We'll get to him in a second. And I just realized he was M11, which makes room in those upper my gosh, it is.
I feel like right now, at the beginning of the year, we were having this weird thing where the end of Magashira and the Sanyaku, and the beginning of the Sanyaku was like stuck, and people were having a hard time getting into the Sanyaku. People weren't really dropping out and everything. I feel like that has now transferred down to Juryo and the top division period. Like people trying to get in and people coming out are going to be like hard for the next couple tournaments.
Yeah.
Seeing the shift of sumo wrestlers in general. A lot of the guys we've been watching for years are 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 38 in one instance, like they're going to start just not. And so it's going to be hard for the guys who make the Manzuka to like work this out for the next few tournaments.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, there's all of my mid-30 guys are there's a changing of the guards, and this does happen in life. Tamawashi, I can only hope for the best. That's
still pretty high.
I know he's M3, which will say it'll help him coast. But if he has another tournament like this,
he's out. You can't.
We might be talking about the R word.
Yeah, you can't have two tournaments with double-digit losses.
Yeah,
you're out. That's why I'm saying like Hokuoho is going to be out. I don't know. We're both different on where he's going to end up in Juryo, but yeah, he's definitely out after this next tournament.
Yeah. Well, that puts us, and so let's talk a little about the guys who just barely squeaked by after 7 and 7s, who just barely squeaked by and got their 8 and 7s, including Hoshoryu. So let's talk about him.
Barely is the good word for him.
There's guys like who are low on the totem pole but had an amazing tournament, like Tsurugisho. He's M16. He had an amazing tournament. Like it wasn't like a 10 and 5, but he had some great wins and then just started kind of losing at the end. And Saradomi, and I almost can't stomach to say it, but Shodai made a comeback. In week 2, Shodai turned it on as he always does. Like he's always like, I don't know if I can win.
That's why you're mad at him. You're not mad at him because he's a bad sumo wrestler. You're mad at him because he doesn't always show up to play every day. Most days he's just kind of like, okay.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. And then he's like, oh man, I gotta turn it on. And like I said, he's that kid like who's constantly cramming for tests instead of just just
studying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That's a good description for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's that kid. So he just sometimes
people who love golf.
Sometimes he squeaks by, it's just like, oh shit. But on to Hoshoryu.
I'm about to say, like, yeah, we need to talk about Haas because
really got to talk about him.
I told you during the pre-bout that this is probably going to happen.
You did.
It's a common thing.
I didn't believe it because it's Haas.
Yeah, but it happens to Ozekis all the time. And it also happens to people who win their first tournament because they get more attention than they've ever gotten for the after that. They have to go.
You got to go to parties and shit and do all dinners with people
who, the bucks, the people who give out the money, the donors and stuff.
Yep. Gotta appease them.
Do a lot of that shit, and they are not ready by the next tournament. And he both became Ozeki and got his first tournament. Like it all happened right then. So it was like, here I go. As I told
Yeah.
you it was going to happen. I'm just happy he found it at the end to get that 8. Even if it was beating like my boy Takakeisho and a few other guys that we like. But he was on the last, I'd say 3 days. He
Yeah.
looked back
But
himself.
what were these experimental tachiais he was going for in week one?
He
Like,
wasn't
what
feeling
the fuck
Tachi.
was that?
You know as well as I do. You can't just walk in and be like, here's my Tachi, I'm badass. You work on Tachi eyes. That's most of
Man, but you work on tachiais in Keiko. Like he looked like he was working shit
what I'm
out.
saying. He was partying and shit. He didn't have time to work on them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He wasn't ready. And
Yeah.
it's more hardcore. You have to work out more hardcore in the pros than you do in our level or any other kind of level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They do it every day. 20, 30, 50, just touch eyes, not even in the matches yet. It's important
Yeah.
because throwing your head at somebody is something you don't want to do. No matter how much we love the sport, there's something in the back of our head saying, hey, don't do this. So you gotta train into you. Otherwise you're going, let me feel this Tachi eye out.
Yeah.
Which is what he
Oh,
did.
he was trying to feel some shit out. He did like like a lot of them were like stand up and I don't know, like some weird I don't know. It was just strange. You know, fucking Uda, which we all love, he's got weird tachi eyes. But this tournament, Haas started matching the weirdness of Uda's tachi eyes. That says something.
Yeah.
But luckily for Uda, his tends to, work out. But Haas was just winging it up there. He was winging it. But he made his 8. So great,
You don't have to worry about next tournament. All the Ozekis are safe next tournament, so there's that.
Yeah. I mean, they were a bit lackluster, but all the Ozekis are safe.
They're all safe, yeah.
I liked the guys who got like 9 and 6. I was highly impressed with, of course, well, Gonoyama. Gonoyama's match against Daisho was my second, maybe the third greatest match of the tournament.
There were so many great.
He lost, and Gonoyama lost.
Yeah,
but the balls on this man to go blow for blow with Daisho. I mean, there were people in the stream who were like, "Wow, I am now a Gonoyama fan." They became fans on a match that he lost.
that happens, dude. Most people became Haas fans back when he was getting like 7 8s and 6 and 9s. Like if you kick ass, even though you lose, we notice. Yeah. People notice.
Yeah, huge big ups to fucking Gonoyama. Even though he got 9 and 6, he's got great footwork. He follows up amazing. Like people try to like swipe him, left and right, but dude just tracks you like a fucking shark. He just knows how to like shift that weight, pivot, and come right back at you at full force and make you wish you didn't do that shit.
I will also say though, they're talking about mental blocks like I was talking about Oho recently. I think he has one Takakeisho. Because Takakeisho is the only guy he didn't do that for. Like he did not come off and go nuts on Takakeisho. Takakeisho just kind of blew him out.
Yeah.
I was surprised by it because I was expecting a huge fight. And I think when you kind of see the beginning, like I think he still finds Takakeisho like he has reverence for him. Like that's the mountain that he wants to get to first. That's like
we all have our mountains.
But he had for that guy is like I gotta get there. And let me say
all
you're
have
gonna get there if you're not there already. You may just need to mentally get there because you're incredible, sir.
So let's bump up to. I mean, would you like to talk about the Sekiwakes, the Kotonowakas, and Wakamoto Haru, or do you want to jump to Kirishima?
None of them impressed me this time. I mean, I know they had wins, but they didn't look like.
Yeah, they were both 9 and 6.
But it was like,
meh.
I don't even know. I don't know. I don't have the list of who they beat, but I don't even remember who they beat, who they didn't beat. because none of their matches made me go, whoa.
Yeah, it wasn't that exciting.
Yeah, which is
One guy who
surprising
was exciting, well, two guys actually.
because Pancakes usually excites me because he's very, very good. But
Yeah. No,
he
it
didn't
was
this time.
just okay. It was like another day at the office kind of
Yeah,
for
maybe
these
I
two.
expect more out of him. Maybe that was it.
Yeah. I Uda's high flying acts this Basho. Win or lose, I don't he has been he's so Uda's just Uda. Like I will always and forever be a fan simply because of his attitude towards sumo. He's such a positive little soul, and I just want to like I don't know, take a dose of him daily because sometimes when you're down, look at how Uda treats life, and I'd like to be more like Uda.
Yeah,
So I'm glad that he got
I
his
would like to be
96.
flexible like Ura. So I mean, we all got things.
Yeah. I will say he he did better. He had better wins when he was doing that kind of like Buddha that bullet Haramafuji Tachiai. I think he needs to dive into that a lot more than his like wrestler not going forward, just like diving, like looks like he's doing a butterfly in the water, kind of like arms out,
He did more sidestepping than I usually see from him. I think he
yeah,
did a sidestep, but I think he did like 4 or 5 times. And he didn't do like a normal sidestep where he's trying to do a slap down. He did a sidestep where he tries to grab a leg or the belt on the side,
yeah,
kind of making the contact, but he wants to get.
doesn't always work.
And he did that 4 or 5 times. And I mean, sometimes it works because someone who are size is usually better when they get to the side. But
Yeah,
any sidestep can make you vulnerable. It just can. That's just life. That's why people don't do it that often. That's just life.
yeah. Well, on to the boys that were 10-5, that were basically chasing the whole time. And that was guys like Daisho, Takai. The story of Takayasu's life, man. I swear, dude.
I like that even Takayasu fans were like, I'm not going to get excited.
Yeah, I mean, something's
Until
got
he
to get
hosts
in
the
his
trophy.
head.
I don't think, even if he wins it, I don't think anyone's going to get excited until he actually is like holding the Emperor trophy.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah,
he did what I thought was a mistake.
yeah.
It was a mistake.
I love Papayasu, but talk about just
It hurts.
at the buzzard always. He's that dude in those '80s movies, like, but like in the '80s movies, the clock's running down, 3, 2, and they shoot, and it's slow motion, and they score. But he's like the opposite of it. He catches the ball. He's gonna go for the winning layup.
Yeah, he's that.
Every fucking time.
He's that one that happens at the beginning of the movie, which is supposed to be like a comeback, but he never does the comeback the next tournament. But
Yeah, yeah.
But sometimes they start with the movie where they almost win the championship and lose, and then there's like the movie starts with them being sad
Yeah.
to rebuild themselves.
He's the
Except
unfinished anime story. Just constantly the unfinished. Like imagine reading his anime story, and it's just like every chapter ends like that, and you're like, well, that book was very uneventful. Like you're just you're like, I need closure. I need him to win one tournament for closure. I need to close his story. But it every chapter I turn the page and it gets so close and it gets so juicy, and then he's like, and then I failed, and I hate that. I hate that because I like him and I like his struggle, and you just want to you as a Takayasu fan, you hold out a glimmer of hope, a little tiny star in the sky of hope, and it hurts.
He reminds me, since you talked about anime and stuff, of Ash from Pokemon. I didn't really watch it, but I started it when I was younger, and I was like, "Is he ever gonna win anything?" And I quit. And then years later, like on social media, you would see things with jokes about the same thing, like he never wins anything. And I think they have finally at some point, and people were going, "Oh my God, it only took him 30 years and he won a freaking tournament." And
That day will come, sir.
when you say anime, that's what I thought of right away. It was like, just like, it never
Damn.
actually wins.
My poor Papayasu Ketchum.
To catch him. And now
Well,
I can see that. Like, I'm gonna be the best there ever was, except that I wasn't.
except that I wasn't. So fucking sad. Oh God.
You gotta laugh through your pain, people. You gotta laugh.
Yeah, you gotta. Now, one guy. Shout out to my Little Thick Boy Club team members. Just gotta throw that out there. Pew pew. Where's my little squeak? Oh, he's too high. Good. Yeah, Midori Fuji. For those of you who don't watch the Breakfast and a Basho, we have like different. Obviously, we have different names for a lot of our guys in here, but there's a secret club of men who are under.
You can't stop talking about it.
Oh yeah, it's not a secret anymore, but it's it's the Illuminati of men under 5'10". And you have to be under 5'10", and you have to be under, I think, what was it, 270 or whatever. That's still that's.
I don't think I think you keep changing the weight, but yeah,
I do. But I kind of want to add in what's his name, the guy we saw in Jurio with the big head helmet, like the
really muscular arms.
Yeah, big muscular arms, but the Spaceballs helmet head.
Yeah, his name right now, but yeah,
Akiosho, something like that.
Sometime next year.
I think he can come to the next meeting. He might be inducted. We'll see. We'll see. Anyhow, Midori Fuji did get his note.
I did see video on Instagram today of Inho taking some charges from sumo wrestlers and wearing them washi. That doesn't mean he's ready. It's a lot easier to take charges than actually like do it. If
actually give them, yeah.
But he's putting them on. If he's putting them on washi, hey, he might be back. It also hurt to see him in the black and washi instead of a white one. That one hurt, but black one is no longer in the top two divisions.
He was the original Thick Boy Club president.
We hope he gets healthy and back. We really do.
Yeah.
He made Jurio exciting. I didn't really watch it the last two tournaments because he wasn't in it, and it's just not as fun without him. Like Ura, he's fun to watch regardless if he wins or loses. He's freaking amazing.
Always. Well, we come to the before we talk about our Atami Fuji and Takakeisho, would you care to say a few words about Tree Trunks, aka Hokuseiho?
I'm gonna go in the positive because I know you're gonna go negative. I'm gonna go in the positive.
Damn, I gotta be bad cop. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can be bad cop on this one. We said many times that if he changed his stuff up and did a little bit more better sumo, he'd do better. And that's what he did. It still wasn't great. It still wasn't good looking sumo, but at least it wasn't that one hand straight leg.
Yeah.
He retired. He at least would get two hands in there. He bent the knees a little bit.
Little bit.
But at least he bent them. And look how much better he did. If he can please keep working on it. Please, man. You are way too physically gifted to let this go. Please work on your sumo.
And it's not like
just be okay and be great at this.
Yeah. And to me, it's not like he's the only one with that physique. Now, sure, he's got an inch on probably everybody, but he's not the only one with that physique. And I've seen guys in his stature who can fucking move. So it's not like it can't be done. It's not like, oh, well, it's because he's insanely tall. No. There are really tall. There's Asanoyama. There's a couple of other guys who just have these longer bodies these longer, kind of awkward bodies, but man, they know how to work it and move.
Dude,
I
Akebono is my favorite.
Akimono. There you
He's
go.
like the same size.
And that's what I'm saying. Like his they people can't just luckily they're like we've only got like one or two fans of him
Yeah.
in the chat, but I can't give him any excuse like, oh no, it's because he's tall. No, that stops you from having good form. You got knees, you can bend them.
Yeah.
Like he's just like this whole like lean on the house, the tree leaning on the house till it crushes itself. Like, no. So
It's
all I'm
not
gonna
good.
say is fuck you, tree trunks.
And
All
you'll
right.
see us be very consistent about this. We don't get mad at people because they're winning or losing or anything like that. We get mad when we see guys physically gifted that are doing bad sumo. And they may be winning, but they could do so much better. That's
Yes.
why Kizzard goes nuts on Shodai all the time because he should be a lot better than he is.
Yeah.
That's why for a long time, until I say the last 6 months or so, I gave Abby shit because Abby should have been much better. But
We both did. We really didn't like him.
Yeah.
And then he started showing up. I don't
Yeah.
know. He
That's
started
important enough.
actually.
Like we can see, we've done sumo enough that we can see when your form is shit. And
Yeah.
Hokusan's form is shit, man. That's why we call him tree trunks.
Yeah. It's shit, and it's just like fumbling into a win. I cannot be excited about. People who clearly fumble into a win had no game plan on it. Just well, just see what happens when I get out there. I can't. All right.
Yeah, let's go away from that.
Okay. Drum roll, please. Because ever since Sunday, it is the only thing I see on every piece of social media. Every DM in my inbox. It's the internet's in the US and definitely in Japan have gone insane. You got Jason Sumo, like just all these dudes, Chris, what's his name? Chris, whatever. Everybody's got multiple opinions on it. The JSA has multiple opinions on it. I saw they didn't even show the match on the chat, that sumo channel with the little yellow birdie dude. There was a lot of back and forth about it.
Yeah.
But point being, he is, even though it wasn't the great, it was 11-4. JSA has said thumbs up on Yokozuna.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he has to win the next.
I feel like if he was not Japanese born, there would have been a lot rougher stipulation on that.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because 2 tournaments in a row or 2 tournaments in a row. When they put that stipulation in, they don't really break that one. They will be hard on the tournament and June, Yusho and the June show. Like, they're much harder on that if they don't think you deserve it. But if you win 2 in a row, you win 2 in a row. Hell, even before the 2 tournament thing, it's only happened like 3 times, I think. The last one was 1951 or something like that. I remember looking it up because I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
I have it somewhere, saved somewhere. I don't know. I should print things out. I swear to God. But so yeah, I'm not worried about that. If he wins, he's gonna have it.
Yeah,
they're gonna give it to him.
They'll give it to him. They for damn sure will give it to him.
So far, only one guy has 5 tournaments and not been a Yokozuna. Like,
yeah, and I mean with Terunofuji being in the condition that he's in, they gonna need a Yokozuna pretty damn fast. So he's got a bit of a pass. I think I don't know what kind of Yokozuna he'll be, but we shall see. So they just need to vote on it, right? He doesn't have to like prove anything else. He's just
no, he needs to win another tournament. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's on a run. The thumbs up was like he's on a run.
Okay.
They're saying if he performed well in the next Basho, which for what this is, he's gonna have to get like a Yusho win, probably a 13.
Yeah.
I doubt. Yeah. I will say this: I doubt they'll give it to him if he got somehow got another 11. but we rarely ever see 11 U shows. So
I mean, but again, Terunofuji's out. Hakuoho's out.
yeah, but
There's
you don't have to have a Yokozuna.
well, no,
I
and I'm just
believe that
I'm
they have.
no. I mean, people who would disrupt that
Yeah, I
balance
see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
is what I'm saying. That right now it's a bit of a wild west for
Because
the top division.
that's
I mean,
probably why he didn't get in the last one. Because he had two juniors and a U show the last time he won a U show.
mm,
And a lot of people would have gotten on that. But when he got those two junior U shows and U shows, and he had good records, I think they were like 11, 11, and 12 or something like that. They're really good records. But Tanafuji was out at that point in time.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I think, or maybe he was there for one of those tournaments, but he wasn't there for most of it. So that does come into play.
it
You know,
does. It really does. Um, I now I put it. I think I had put this on the Instagrams and stuff. I rewatched the match multiple times and then watch it in slow motion, all that stuff. And number one, and I think I had already texted you about this, like that, like the Gyoji should have called Mata.
yeah,
Period.
I'm
Period.
way before this match. I've been really annoyed how the higher up they go, the less they seem to the Gojis, the less they seem to give a shit about the hand thing.
Well, it depends on who it is. That other dude, that one Gyoji who is he's a little darker skin. He's got kind of an old grumpy man face. I don't know Gyoji's names. I just know their faces. But that dude is a fucking stickler. He's the main dude. It's always, I mean, he'll make you start over two, three times. He's always like, he's got kind of a grumpy man voice. He's always like, and he's just like a kind of a flatter, browner face. Maybe I'll find a picture, but he's a huge stickler. Anyways,
right. Here's my thing too. It should have been a model because Takesha didn't take off at the same time. If you when you sent me the slow motion thing, I don't think Takesha was actually really ready. His hands were coming down, and then
Takesha was just sitting there playing around. He's all
he was playing around. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying. Okay, hold on. I'm saying Adama Fuji came off before Takesha put his fucking hands down, and then Takesha was like shit, and that should have been a fucking Mata. That was probably the biggest issue. Is that should have been for those two reasons. His hands weren't down, and they were not synced up. They were not. They weren't syncing up at all.
Well, my theory time. For those of you guys who watch the nerd chat, there's a nerd channel called Heavy Spoilers. I love when he does that. He goes theory time. Anyways, in another universe, if I were writing this anime and the Gyoji called Mata, so therefore Atami Fuji would have automatically known, oh shit, he's gonna try to pull a HENKA, and then they have to meet and clash and and all that fun stuff, and then see where the world goes from there. But at least we would have gotten whoever wins after that, if it was just a crazy battle, I think everybody, no matter who would have won, would have gotten a satisfying tournament.
I do not,
and it would have worked the better for Takekisho if he won that way.
Utterly disagree because of two things.
So,
first of all, I don't think he planned a HENKA. That's why it was obviously a half of one. Because like I said, he was Atami Fuji came out first, and he was like, "What the shit?" And then so his body just did what it does. It wasn't like a full. It was obviously not planned. It looked exactly like the one that was done to him by Abi when Abi won the playoff and won the tournament. And even Abi said, "Yeah, I didn't actually plan to do that."
Abi's a little fucking but Abi's a little HENKA queen.
But no, people do that.
No, I think he meant to do it.
I've seen you do that, so don't act like you've never gone up and gone, oh shit, because you see someone coming in low while you're charging.
No, but I know I could see them. I know, like I'm like, oh, this guy, he's inexperienced and he looks like he wants to rage like a bull. Yeah, and I go.
I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones where like you see it while the match is happening and you move. You just move your body the way you're gonna move your body. That's what it looked like to me. Because he wasn't really far off to the side or anything. And that's part one. Part two is this. We saw what happens when they both charge each other 2 days earlier. Was it an
Yes.
exciting close match? What happened to Tommy Fuji 2 days earlier when he faced Takakesho? Yeah, see, everybody wants to forget about that. He got blown out in 2 seconds. Like it wasn't even a contest.
I would rather take that than a Henka from an Ozeki.
Let's talk about all the other people out there who think about how they talk about Takakesho. My favorite, it was probably a Japanese guy. My favorite guy is when people were arguing, half the people were going, "This is crazy," and the other half were like, "Oh God." One Japanese guy put on a post, "Oh, he damned if he does, and he damned if he doesn't." Because no matter how Takeshi does anything, people are gonna give him shit.
No, I would if he won or if he. What do you mean? Like if he does or doesn't? Like
if he came out and blew out Atami Fuji like he did 2 days beforehand,
I'd be like shit. And there we go.
No, you're lying to yourself. And you don't think the entire sumo world would have been, not the entire, but half the sumo world would have been like, well, that's all he can do. He can't do anything. He only wins because he's a fat guy. I literally heard people say he's a greasy goblin who only wins because of his orbital mass. Literally, that is a quote from Facebook. And which makes me sit there and go, wow, you know nothing of sumo. Because if you think it's that easy just because you're big to push somebody out.
Yeah, no, I can only speak for me, and I would have wanted that. So that also would have made Atami Fuji work harder and like, holy shit, I got blown out the same 2 ways by Takakesho. I need to learn blah blah blah. I don't fucking know. I just it just didn't. It did not. I mean, it did not sit right with me.
Ending. I get that, but I'm just trying to be honest with myself that I wanted a more exciting ending, not because I think it's bad sumo. That's the part that I think is ridiculous. That people think it's cheap or cheating.
I don't. It's a HENKA at that level. It just doesn't. It doesn't sit right with me.
But why?
Because it's lackluster. It's you're supposed to be a warrior. You're supposed to be a samurai-ish.
All right, let's go with that. Let's go with that thought. You're a samurai. Someone's charging at you badly. You know what a samurai's gonna fucking do? Oh well, I could just sidestep here and chop my sword down. You don't think they did that? You don't think they did that?
No, but
no. Be honest.
Yes, but you're okay. You're comparing it a different way.
Yes, we got it. We're done.
The HENKA is more like this guy's coming at you with a sword. I ran off to, and I'm like, ah.
No, this is over romanticizing. It's not that. It's a battle. In a battle, you win. You find ways to win. You're only upset because it wasn't exciting. Everything else that y'all throw on it.
No, it wasn't. What HENKA means to me that, man, I don't want to catch that. I'm not trying to catch that charge.
No,
it just was not honorable to me. And two things: it wasn't honorable and it wasn't exciting.
And if you take that, you have to look at your own self and judge yourself.
I'm not a Yokozuna or Ozeki.
No, but how did you get on the USA team?
Not with a HENKA.
Yes, you did. Top 3. You did it to Trent to get in the top 3.
Trent went and tried to fucking leg sweep me.
Did you not do a HENKA to get in the top 3?
That wasn't a HENKA.
Oh, you want me to? I'm playing it right now.
Play it. That was not a HENKA.
You literally jumped to the side and then
because he was kicking me in my shin.
What if the HENKA is Atachiai jumping to the side to dodge the initial attack? And that is what you did. And that's what I mean about you do HENKAs too without thinking about it. Because you didn't think about it. You saw him coming in a certain way and you jumped to the side.
I am also not an Ozeki.
No, you're making up. Everybody likes to make up excuses when they realize they're wrong. It's like the person that, again, people online who say stuff like, well, he's too big to do it. He's too big to do.
Okay, well, wait, big as in size big?
That's what I mean. I was trying to say, like, what do you mean by big?
Okay,
Like,
that
if you're
has
like,
no
if you're a small
rational.
person, it's okay. And I'm like, okay, what's your size difference where we should set the rule? Is it under 6 feet? Because Takeshi is under six
No,
feet.
okay. Well, that we could throw that one out the
There's
window.
a lot of people
That's just
like that.
stupid.
That's why I'm saying everybody keeps changing the fucking goalposts on the Hinka. Oh, if
No,
they're not as good, or if they're not this, or if they're
for me,
here,
you can
or
throw that out the
and that's a
window. For
lot of
me, you can
shit.
throw that out the
If it's
window.
a tournament, if it's a match, the rules have to be same for everybody. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You don't have to like it. I'm cool with that. I'm sick of this whole it's not honorable bullshit. You're over
God,
romanticizing everything in your head. And that's all you're doing.
it's not. It's fight that man.
It,
Fight that man.
he did. He beat the shit out of him 2 days before. He literally
Then do
beat
it
the
again.
crap
Then
out of
do
the
it
guy.
again.
But everybody says that he was afraid to lose. Are you kidding me? He beat him so hard.
Then do it again.
He just did what he's supposed to do. His body reacted. Oh, hey, I'm getting charged. His head's too low. Boom. He's down now. That's what you do.
All this could have been avoided had the Gyoji called Mata.
Yeah. No, we're completely agreeing on that. That was just stupid. That was and Goji's need to do better.
In the Spider-Verse, in the multiverse, there's another match that happened somewhere in the multiverse.
Okay. Well, anyway, the Gojis do need to do better. I feel like
I would like what's his name from
we're talking about
Chicago. What's his name from Chicago? Please rewrite that ending of that story. And I'm curious to see what it looks like.
But yeah, it's straight up. That part I completely agree with you. I can also completely agree with you that I hated that happened on the last match of a very exciting tournament. I also completely agree with that. I just can't get with you guys saying it's dishonorable. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
He's a sensitive Takakeisho fan.
It has nothing to do with Takakeisho. I thought Abi did a great job when he did two Takakeisho.
No, Abi's a little. No, okay. I'm starting to like Abi, but
they won the tournament.
He's such a little bitch.
On what I would like to call half a HENKA, because it's not like
he does him and Chiyoshima
lap. It's kind of like a one step over, grab the neck, and then it's kind of pull. And so I think half a HENKA is a good name for it.
Yeah.
It's still a HENKA, but it's like
Abi's just a flying cockroach. Like, you try to swipe a cockroach and he's just like, ooh, like
I don't think, because where are you gonna put the honorable bullshit? Where are you gonna end it?
At below Ozeki.
Okay, so it's just those guys. So
yeah,
no longer
hands
like
down. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. If you're Ozeki and
you're no longer like Hako, he's no longer the GOAT.
No, he is the GOAT. But and he's pulled that. I never liked it when he did it.
Doing that, he's one.
I don't like it. I don't like when he does it either. And the audience doesn't like when he does it either.
I think it was amazing when he did it. I really love. I don't. It's not easy. How many HENKAs did we see that didn't work in this tournament? Hell, one of the best matches is when Abi did that to Tommy Fuji, and Tommy Fuji caught himself and fucked Abi up.
Yes.
Why is HENKA? Why is that? Because HENKAs put you out of what?
Position. Yes. Well, but that's it's such. I hate it, and now had Abi won that one, I would have hated it. But he lost it, and I loved it even more because I hate HENKA, and he got what he deserved. So
that shows that HENKAs aren't.
I don't like them.
Oh, I'm just saying I don't like this to everybody online. HENKA is not a winning technique, guys. It's a move. It's not a winning technique. If you win with a HENKA, it's not written down as HENKA. Y'all seem to think that. It's usually written as a Hataki Komi, sometimes a Watanagi, because sometimes they HENKA and they grab the belt and lead them out. Or there's other ways to do it, pull down sometimes. But I just want to say that.
Or Kuridashi.
I saw people online say, "Oh no, it wasn't a HENKA, it was a Hataki Komi." That's
well, the action at the Tacha is the HENKA, but the
HENKA itself.
There are multiple ways to finish that.
It's like a Dashinage is not a winning move. If you win doing it, like you're trying to just move them out and you win, then it's usually called Watanabe or some sort of belt throw because it's
But a
not
lot of times it's
it's a
followed
move.
up by a push or something.
Yeah, it's not a move. I just want to say that because there's a lot of things that people are online are just like, wow, guys, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about.
Well, I'm lucky I stick to the Instagram, and even in Instagram it was nuts. But I can only imagine all y'all that actually waste your time in Twitter.
Oh,
I can
I
only
can't do
imagine.
Twitter. I have
I
a hard time with Facebook. I'm only on there for
Facebook is
babies and dogs.
Facebook is now is the same as Twitter, man. It's just a bunch of just I
Just
don't know,
people.
like little keyboard warriors. Oh well.
True.
All right. Well, that was your boss show, whether you liked it or not. But it
Yep.
was yeah. We are I'm almost done, and then I gotta get back to work.
Yeah. I got shit to do myself.
Mm.
All right. What a fun ending to a tournament. Well, us
Oh, shout
arguing,
out to
not the actual match.
what's his name? Injurio.
Ichiyama.
No, I mean he won, but other than him, what's his name? The other dude.
We just beat the guy and trying to like.
Yeah, but I'm more excited about him because we know the guy. So shout outs
Yeah.
for him in the running for it.
Yeah.
I forget his ring name.
I don't remember his ring name either.
Damn, starts with an O. What the
I'm
fuck?
excited that Ichi won because I think he's great and it looks like he's back on his game.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what
I'm
disrespect.
trying to decide if
I'm
I should
sorry,
out or not.
but you know who you are. You were winning for the first 9 days, and you're amazing. And you just got into the pros. A year, and you're already, you're already like contender for the top of Jurio. I apologize. Sake has
Killed some
brain
brain
farted
cells.
me. What is wrong with me? You know what? Hold on a second. I don't want to disrespect that man like that.
Yeah,
Let's see what.
let me know when you're ready.
Oh no, Sato.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
It does
no.
start with the O.
Oh yeah, because there's too many. Ochi. Oh ho. Oh, okay. Oh no, Sato. Oh no, Sato. Well, and then and big head boy. His name is Asakoryu, the Spaceballs helmet dude. Hey, if he makes it to the top level, I'm forever. I'm gonna find a picture of the Spaceballs helmet guy.
And we gotta do that next month. We have to build our stuff back up on Lone Star Sumo.
Oh dear God. All right. Well,
Doing the mini things we gotta do next month. All right.
that is our wonderful show.
On our month off.
On our month off, we will be fine. We're gonna go back to the lab and figure this shit out.
Working again. All right, guys.
Interesting. Peace. Oh.